What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, if you haven't heard, I confirmed in a separate video that Wednesday, September 26th, so 4 days from now, will be the next time we get an exclusive clip for Wakanda Forever. It'll be aired during the doubleheader NBA game and then, of course, uploaded to YouTube. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be the exact same exclusive clip that they showed at SDCC and D23, so we haven't had a chance to break that down in full here at the channel, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. A, because we're 4 days away, so in case you want to get an early preview for what's to come. B, because that night I'll actually be at a pre-screener, won't be home and able to break it down in any timely fashion because I'll be doing my reaction for the film that night as well. So we're going to go ahead and break down all the dialogues and scenes in the exclusive clip they showed during D23 and San Diego Comic-Con. Again, what I think is going to be the clip that's coming this Wednesday, and if it happens to be different, well, we'll of course post and break that one down as well, and this will just be another description of a scene in the film. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So quickly, if this is not the scene or exclusive clip they end up showing on Wednesday night, the scene is totally badass for two reasons. A, it reminds me why I yearn for some of the films from the Infinity Saga and how well they were written, and B, it's a thing for me that confirms that Ryan Coogler is absolutely going to knock this film out of the park. Okay, so the scene opens up with Queen Ramonda in what presumably is a UN setting with multiple delegations from around the world. You hear both English and what I presume is French or Portuguese. You then hear one of the delegates say, "Mr. Chairperson, I am deeply disappointed in Wakanda's failure to share resources and full cooperation concerning vibranium." And while that's being translated into a different language, you see scenes of troops boarding the boat that we saw from the trailer. The chairperson then says, "I yield to Queen Ramonda," and she tells the floor, "It has always been our policy to never trade in vibranium under any circumstance. Not because of the dangerous potential of vibranium, but because of the dangerous potential of you." They then cut back to the hostile takeover of the boat. It's unclear which nation this is. They're not speaking English, but the troops could just as easily be American as from any other country, and basically they end up seizing the scientist and forcing her to stand in front of the retina scan and open up this door that you see here in the trailer. It cuts back to Queen Ramonda speaking in the UN setting, and she says, "You perform civility here, but we know what you whisper in your halls of leadership and military facilities. The king is dead. The Black Panther is gone. They have lost their protector." You then hear the sound of the Dora Milaje, which has already signaled a couple of times in the trailer, and emerging from behind the door where those troops expected to find a cache of vibranium is none other than the Dora Milaje, and they then proceed to whoop ass. And that was the first point in which everyone in attendance cheered. You also hear Queen Ramonda finish by saying, "Now is the time to strike," referring to other countries thinking that Wakanda would be at its lowest point now. If we're going to go after the vibranium, this would be the time. She then concludes by saying, "We wish you the best of luck," in marching those same soldiers which they've now captured and returned to the floor. Basically a mic drop saying, "I know you guys are looking to go after us. Look, here's the proof. We have the soldiers that you sent after us, these mercenaries. We're going to return them to you and tell you guys best of luck." Literally, that's the second point in which everybody stood up and cheered, and then it was followed by the second trailer, which was released some weeks back and everybody's had a chance to see and break down across YouTube. Now, the huge takeaway is something that's been cemented in the last couple of trailers as well. Vibranium is really the main point of contention at the basis of this film, as it looks to figure out where it goes, where Wakanda goes without a Black Panther. But as was already established by the director, Ryan Coogler, this is taking place after Black Panther T'Challa's death in the MCU world. So he's already passed by the time the movie started, but it hasn't been that long as evidence of the funeral and now as evidence of this UN scene as well. There's still a ton to be decided as who's the next obvious king of Wakanda. I think we all know that it'll be M'Baku, or at least it certainly looks like that, and Shuri will at least be one of the Black Panthers we see in the trailer. But Queen Ramonda's words are absolutely echoed by Namor in a separate trailer, the one that we just saw most recently, in which he said, "Without a Black Panther, Wakanda will fall." So there's levels to what she's saying. Yes, she's speaking to the governments of the world. You want to come after us, we're prepared, but maybe not so prepared to take on, say, an empire like Talokan and a god king like Namor, because where vibranium gives Wakanda the edge in both technology and their weaponry, how they can fight against the other governments of the world, if Talokan, if the Talokans, If the people from Talokan end up having vibranium as well, which is what I referenced in yesterday's clip where people thought maybe them referring to someone covered in vibranium would be Dr. Doom, I argue that it's actually Namor. If you look at the way the trailer's edited, when Shuri is saying he's covered in vibranium, they're very clearly showing us Namor. And while yes, he's not covered head to toe in full armor, he does have quite a bit of metal jewelry on, and I think that's where we're going to find Talokans want to invade Wakanda, and ultimately that's going to lead to the scene where we see Namor breaking the window and flooding Wakanda. Obviously the connection there, if they flood Wakanda, then because they're a water people, they can move amongst the kingdom, basically claiming Wakanda as their own by putting it underwater. That's why when we finally see Shuri in the Black Panther mantle at the end of one of the trailers, it's in the snow up in the mountains where we saw M'Baku and his tribe during the first Black Panther film, because the rest of Wakanda is now underwater for Atlantis. Talokan. Promise I'm going to get that right. Now guys, again, this Wednesday when they show that official clip, if this is the one it is or a different one, most of the first pre-screeners and red carpet premiere are going to be that night, and the next night reactions are going to go out that night across social media. There will be no spoiler warnings in mine. I'll have my reaction for you guys here at the channel. I think the embargo is up at 10 p.m. Eastern, so 1 a.m. I expect this film to be emotional, but most of all, I expect this film to be good. I actually can't wait to see it. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, how hype you are for Wakanda Forever. I'm all ears. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers. The next milestone is 1 million, which we are headlong into. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you to win all the giveaways of the channel, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, just thanks for checking this channel out. And for all of you who have supported me over the last 4 or 5 years as we have waded through this Marvel Cinematic Universe experience together, I can't thank you guys enough. The community that we've built here is something which I do not take for granted, and definitely don't thank you guys enough for. So to all of you, especially the ones that I interact with the most here at the channel, as I strive to interact with many of you every day, it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of DMs on Instagram. There's a lot of messages here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Can't wait to see you guys on Wednesday for my reaction, spoiler free, to Wakanda Forever. Peace.